All right, guys, predict the score. I want to send $25 to one of you guys via Venmo. So Michigan State, high noon in Ann Arbor on Saturday. Predict the score. And, of course, tell me who's going to win. The first one to correctly predict the score below in the comments, I'm going to hook you up with $25 via Venmo. So do it now. Great show coming up for you. Let's get it going. Is Saturday Coach Mark Dantonio's last game coaching for Michigan State against the in-state, the hated rivals for Michigan State, Michigan Wolverines? Folks, the tea leaves are out there. All the writing is on the wall, and this guy looks like he is just physically and mentally broken from the season that they're having. And one of the worst stretches since October 1st I've seen of a Spartan program in a long time. So I'm giving this one 3 Harbaugh heads. You all know what that means. Pretty likely, I believe, that this will be Mark Dantonio's last game as Michigan State's head coach, coaching against the Michigan Wolverines. So before we get into the show, talk about this matchup, talk about some Michigan football rumors, I want to hear from you guys. Give me one word to describe Michigan State head coach Mark D'Antoni. Is that his name? Who put that? I know what this is about, you silly producers. The thing that always happens, the national guys mess up his name. Let's show him some respect. Mark Dantonio, but I get the joke even if they got me, the producers. All right, so one word to describe him. He's been the coach 13th season as Michigan State's coach, an 8-4 record against the Wolverines. And after his first season, which he lost in a valiant comeback from the Wolverines in 2007, he had these words to say to the media about Michigan football's future.
I find a lot of the things that they do amusing. They need to check themselves sometimes. But just remember, pride comes before the fall.
Anything specific?
Just here, pride comes before the fall.
I'll tell you what, I will give Coach Dantonio some credit there. He was very, kind of sounds like Nostradamus in there. Pride comes before the fall. That was the last time Michigan beat Michigan State for 4 seasons after that. And Michigan suffered their worst 7-year stretch, maybe ever, after Lloyd Carr's last year in that 2007 game, in which Mike Hart, former Michigan running back, all-time leading rusher, coined the phrase little brother. Let's go back in the time to 2007, the archives. Mike Hart called Michigan State little brother.
They got excited. It's good. You know, sometimes you get your little brother excited when you're playing basketball and stuff. Let him get the lead. And then you just come back and take it back. Did you think of Michigan State as your little brother? Yep.
All right, so Mike Hart, I thought his laugh was a little weird there at the end. It sounded like a fake laugh. I don't know what you guys think. But so that was after the game. Michigan down 10 points late in the fourth quarter, 6-7 minutes left. Scored 2 touchdowns late to beat Michigan State. So then later in that interview we just showed you, Coach Dantonio basically responded to Mike Hart's calling of Michigan little brother. Let's hear him.
Hart's little brother comment, is that something?
Does Hart have a little brother? Or is he the little brother? I don't know. So I didn't really see that comment, but you know, like I said, it's let's just leave it. Let's just say I won't comment on that. You know, as I said earlier, I guess I can't help myself. As I said earlier, it's not over. You know, I'm gonna be a coach here for a long time. It's not over. It's just starting.
Tell you what, those kind of comments made in 2019 might have got him fired. He clearly made fun of short people. Can't do that. But what you can do, subscribe to the channel. We're at 5,500 subscribers on the dot on the Michigan Football Report YouTube channels. Help us meet our 6,000 subscriber goal. Got to get there by the Michigan-Ohio State game, or you never know what's going to happen going into 2020. Go ahead and subscribe, youtube.com/Michigan TV. Just scroll down and hit that button. Let's take it 2 more on the Michigan State rivalry. Dantonio's last game, potentially. I think it's 3 Harbaugh heads, and it's going to be a blow to the Michigan State program. If he comes back next year, I think they're going to be down again. They've got some of their best players, if they really have any, are all leaving. The talent coming up, I don't think is as good as it's been. He has let the program slip the last few years. He's had two of his worst seasons, 2016, 2019. A little bit of success in between there, but an 8-4 record versus Michigan. And this is Michigan State's all-time winningest coach. And we all got to go back and remember, he won 2 out of his first 4 games against Urban Meyer, and for a streak there, had 3 out of 5 wins, 2011 to the 15 against Ohio State. That first one, of course, not being against Urban Meyer, was against future Ohio State coach Luke Fickell. 2015 college football playoff participant. He is, without question, in my opinion, Michigan State's best coach, their all-time winningest coach. I know he didn't win a national title like they did back in the 50s, 60s, whatever it was, but to take the program from where they were in 2006 to where they were in the early part of this decade, I think is commendable. Got the victory against Michigan in 2015 in the John O'Korn air raid rain game in 2017, but has lost last year and has really lost against 2 of the last 3 against Michigan. Jim Harbaugh, though, has not beat Michigan State in Michigan Stadium, 0-2 at home. Kind of a weird rivalry the last 4 years, the road team winning the last 4. So I think this is a good chance. It is Mark Dantonio's last game as Michigan State's head coach. And if it is, let's send him out like very esteemed and classy Michigan football fans. Go ahead and type little brother in the comments. So after Michigan kicked Michigan State's ass on Saturday, Mark can go type in Michigan State. He'll come across this video because we got the best YouTube channel, and we will send him out with a little brother from the Michigan football fans to you, Coach Dantonio. Best of luck in your potential retirement. We will not miss you. Guys, holiday season is coming up, and your boy here is hooking you up. We scoured the internet, and we want to make sure you guys get the best value for the gifts you're going to buy for people, or hook yourself up a little bit with a Michigan football gear. So these are the best 3 deals we have found of the week. This awesome Michigan football jacket, 40% off, only $23.99 for this bad boy. That's a hell of a deal. That's an awesome looking jacket. Go to chatsports.com/blue1 to land and get that jacket. $23.99 for that coat. Are you kidding me? How about this one? If it's a guy watching, a lady watching, you want to hook up yourself, guy, you want to get something nice for your lady, look at this one. An awesome fleece Michigan football women's hoodie. Chatsports.com/blue2. That one's also 40% off. $23.99. Awesome deal. Somebody opens that one up, they will love it on Christmas morning. And lastly, my 3rd best deal of the week. Are you kidding me? I bought one of these for myself today. I probably will. Haven't yet. I thought about it though. But $17.99. I was like, this is practically free. The big time Block M Michigan football t-shirt, chatsports.com/blue3. $17.99, 40% off for that one. Awesome deal. Chatsports.com/blue1, blue2, blue3. We made it really easy. You guys don't have time to see a big long string of letters. So those are our deal hookups for this show. Let's take it to our next story today here on the Michigan Football Report. The no 100-yard wide receiver streak. It's continued, folks, and I don't know if this is a rumor or what the hell it is, but it is something nobody else is talking about, and I think it's got to change. 4 Harbaugh heads on this one, that the Michigan passing attack is gone through now. We've passed the 3-year mark. It's been over 3 calendar years since Michigan last had a 100-yard wide receiver. It was this man here, J.Hugh Chesson, 5 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown against Maryland, November 5th. 2016. And oh, by the way, folks, that would be, we're going to talk about this one in a second, but that is also a futility streak for the passing game from the quarterback perspective, too. So 39 straight games without a 100-yard wide receiver. You see it in the below, the bottom of your screen. That's also the last game Michigan had a 300-yard passer. So there's a 39. They kind of go hand in hand, don't they? It's kind of tough to get a 300-yard passing game if you don't have at least 100-yard wide receiver. You have to really be dicing and tossing the ball around. So Will Speight threw for 360 or something that day. That was the last time Michigan had a 100-yard passer, or catcher, receiver from a receiver. I know we had a tight end in the interim. Zach Gentry did it last year, but also the last time Michigan had a 300-yard passer in a game. Ronnie Bell is your number 1 wide receiver, 28 catches for 471. Nico Collins, Tariq Black, and Donovan Peoples-Jones are your top 4 wide receivers from the receiver position this year. These are the guys that are going to do it, break that streak this year. this week, this game against Michigan State. Happened in 2016 as well, I believe. I'll have to go back and look at that one. But it has happened under Jim Harbaugh against Michigan State. Predict the score. I want to give one of you guys $25 via Venmo. Make sure you predict the score below in the comment section. Let us know who's going to win the game. You get it right, you're the first one down there. $25 straight to your pockets. The Wolverines, 14 points, 13.5, depending on what sportsbook you use. We use BetDSI. 13.5-point favorites Michigan is against Michigan State. Surprised here a little bit, guys. I thought it would actually kind of continue to go way up. I assumed by Thursday, Friday, it'd be up like 17 points. Hasn't really moved that much. Stay within a point or two of the opening lines from last Sunday. Michigan a 13.5-point favorite at home against the 4-5 Michigan State Spartans. Over-under is 44.5. And I'm telling you what, I'm not BSing here. I'm putting some money on Michigan in this one. I do it with BetDSI. Use that promo code GOBLUE for a 120% deposit bonus. So even if you lose you put 100 in, you get an extra 120. You can put $20 on your first 5 games, lose them all. You're still up $120 in bonus money. So go to chatsports.com/bet. Make sure that promo code GOBLUE is in there when you make your first deposit for a 120% deposit bonus. I put out on Twitter the other day, I want to ask people what their best Michigan State moment or the most memorable moment was. I talked about the Woodson one-hand interception, the Braylon Edwards incredible comeback in the fourth quarter and overtime. I talked about, what was the third one? I don't actually remember. I'll have to go back and remember it. But also talked about Devin Bush turfing the field last year. And I got a lot of people responding on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram that only one of those happened during their lifetime. So I want to know, how old are you guys? I feel that Instagram and Twitter shot way younger than I expected. So you watching on YouTube, how old are you? If you're willing to give us your age, type it below in the comment. I just want to know what the demographics are for our audience. So I can talk about a little more modern things if you guys don't even know what happened in '97 with Charles Woodson interception. I won't anymore. So type your age below in the comments. Next rumor coming up on the show here, Ohio State ultra-focused. Michigan under Jim Harbaugh has had the tendency to do too much talking, maybe not enough focus on the Ohio State game. Every game's the same, every game's just as important, the most important game's the next one. I think Ohio State's laser focused on beating Michigan down this year. They have looked like the most well-oiled machine I've seen out of an Ohio State program. I'm giving this one 3 Harbaugh heads. Their head coach, Ryan Day, coming off of Don Brown's comments where Don Brown last week basically said Ohio State better be ready and then they better, I don't know what he said. He just made some stupid comment that I don't feel there's any reason for Michigan to say after they got blown out by Ohio State last year when they were in the top 4. Michigan was number 4 in the country. Gave up 60 points. Could have been 70. Ohio State gave up mercy. And so a reporter this week asked Ryan Day about, hey, did you hear Don Brown's comments? And this is what Ryan Day had to say.
Ryan, I'm wondering if you heard last week Michigan defensive coordinator Don Brown's comments about they working week by week on Ohio State's offense and that the Ohio State offense better be careful. I'm wondering if you had heard those comments?
I did.
Would you care to respond?
Not really.
I mean, I wish Michigan coaches would give that kind of answer when talking about Ohio State. Show them some respect because Don Brown basically said, hey, that was a different group of guys last year. That was, we got new teams. Our guys would be prepared. All this different stuff. Why doesn't Don Brown just shut the heck up and focus on winning a big game? Because if you look at games against top 10 teams, road games, Don Brown is I said it a couple weeks ago, he does have a tendency to be a bully as a defensive coordinator. And he is going to have to bring it. A defensive performance like Michigan's never seen if he's going to slow down what possibly could be the best Big Ten team we've ever seen. I'm not even joking about that. Through 9 games, I have never seen a team dominate in the Big Ten like this. This is their offense. Number 5 in the country, folks. Number 3, rushing. Remember last year when they were throwing for 395 yards a game and throwing for 50-plus touchdowns? They completely flipped the script, and now they've got the best running attack, number 3 ranked, but they're the best running attack in the country this year. They've got 2 running backs that would start on any team in the Big Ten outside of Wisconsin. 51 points in the game on offense. Oh, also, folks, they've got the number 1 scoring defense as well. Their average score this year is 51 to 8.5, okay? It's one of the biggest margins of victories we've ever seen in college football. So, I think Ohio State is focused on this game. I think Don Brown better be eating, sleeping, and dreaming about stopping this Ohio State offense, or Michigan is going to give up 65 points at home, and Jim Harbaugh is going to drop to 0-5. So that is today's show. 3-pack of Rumors Roundup for you here on a Thursday. Thanks so much for watching today, folks. Make sure to subscribe by hitting this button here. Get us to 6,000 subscribers. Got a couple videos for you right here. Our Michigan Football Rumors Roundup and some more Michigan football content from the Michigan Football Report. Go Blue!